When I think something is too big, it is not. That people can come together and make it happen. Never forsake gathering together. We can make things happen.
What Communities for Families does is they step in and they help us fill that gap so that students can focus on learning and not on all of the other essential needs that they need in order to fulfill their life.
I know that if I have a need in the community, I can go to those that are a part of CFF and I can find the resources that are going to be able to meet that need.
Meeting some of the leaders in the two cities, creating relationships with those people and seeing how we can help each other.
And people rally around that need. You'll have people just, I have that, I have a connection with that. And Marilee will say, and this is how it's done, everybody.
We are better together. When we are able to bring the bits of gold that we have, the time, the talent, the treasure, we can create strategies, we can create fixes that are much bigger and better than what any of us can do on our own.
Together, we can serve our families. Truly, if we just put the call out, there's 10 people waiting to help, we can meet the needs of our families.
The school district's motto is know, value, and support. And that's important for all the family, the kids in the school district and then the families to feel that they make a difference, they are important.
Community progress, it goes at the speed of trust. It's important to show up in community all the time, not just when you need something. CFF has really taught that.
The Sumner-Bonney Lake School District has been involved with the coalition since the early 1990s when our former superintendent, Dr. Eisman, took that on as a project. I've received the benefit of the Communities for Families since, 1997. When I started as a teacher, I've been an administrator ever since, so for about 27 years.
Communities for Families got started because it was at a time in the early 90s where schools were asked to take on more and more outside activities, things that weren't germane to the education of kids. But Marilee helped me see that working with the community and mobilizing the community for resources and working collaboratively together was a way to help our kids. And I suggested that it might be worthwhile for us to gather together key community leaders on an occasional basis to talk about how we could work together. And that was really the start. And we hosted what became known as the Communities for Families on a regular basis.
January of 1992, Dr. Donald Eisman came to me and said, I have hired you and I want you to go out and mobilize the community. We can't do this on our own. Our kids and our families need more than what we could provide them in school, and we need to partner with our community.
We see the impact of the Community for Families work every day in our classrooms because they truly strengthen our district promise to know, value, and support every student.
I know that it's a network of people and resources that I can go to when we have needs in the community.
The ability of the CFF Coalition to really listen deeply to youth and to community voice.
The Communities for Families Coalition members don't just meet every month. We actually do annual youth forums in our high school, and we talk about questions like, what are the needs and the strengths of the community? We've gotten good input from our students about how they see the world and what they need.
The opportunity for kids to talk to their city leaders, the school leaders.
We heard that the kids were saying there's nothing to do.
The Y will forever be so thankful that CFF supported the youth forums, which then supported us being in existence, and I hope we continue to make them proud in the years to come.
I really give CFF and the school district credit for repeatedly listening to kids and really championing their voices.
The amount of organizations we've partnered with in the community, all that comes out of connection points like CFF.
When the health department saw that we had this growing coalition of people, they said, I think Sumner and Bonney Lake could really support a family center. Would you be willing to help us get space to make things happen out here?
One of the things that we worked on together was to support students who are having struggles in attending school, to support mental health first aid workshops that teach folks how to recognize when there's a mental health concern, both in adults and in youth, and then how to approach somebody and how to make a referral so that they can get the support that they need to be well. Partners together on the Sumner-Bonney Lake Family Resource Center as funders and collaborators.
We were able, for the next 2 grant cycles over 10 years, to bring in over $2 million to do after-school programs at some of the schools in our area where parents were really struggling financially. And why we were so successful with that grant is that we walked in the door at CFF and we said, who wants to help us? We need to have a lot of community partners. Over 12 organizations raised their hand immediately. We want to be a part of this. Pretty much every single grant application I've ever written in my job here in the Sumner-Bonney Lake School District has involved us coming to CFF saying, can you help? And having many partners around the table just simply say, I'm in. What is it that we can do together?
The Summit and the CFF Coalition really model how to hold community summits. And so we've also been able to share some of these activities with other school districts, coalitions, and groups around Pierce County to help them understand how to best engage both youth and adults in their community. And it's just been a privilege to be a part of it.
It's a gift to the community, and we need to cherish it and keep going.
And for me, helping especially students to succeed is very important.
Just simply a word of gratitude. It's a word of thanks. I get to look back on a career and I get to see the faces of hundreds of people that gathered every month at that CFF table, and with a heart that was committed to making change happen, bringing those resources together so that we could build things we couldn't do on our own. And so to everybody out there, I just want to say thank you.